Hello, everyone, and welcome to Christopher West Presents' first ever live stream. I'm still learning this here, so let me know if you are hearing feedback, how it looks, if the music in the background is too loud. I'm putting my headphones on. But we are here to talk the auction and watch Sotheby's tonight. This is the sale of Emily Fisher Landau, who was a big-time art collector. She passed away earlier this year. She was friends with Warhol. She was friends with a lot of the artists you're going to see tonight. These auctions always start a little bit late because there's inevitably a billionaire stuck in an Uber or in a black Escalade somewhere on the Upper East Side trying to get to the sale. And so they are giving them plenty of time to get in the sales room and get ready to bid. There's a few lots I'm excited about tonight. This whole sale is only 31 lots. And if you have any question about how an auction works or what to expect, go ahead and put those in the comments and I'll be happy to respond. But this sale has 31 lots. I'm pretty much mostly interested in the first 17 or 20 or so. So if people want to continue to watch, we can stick around for as long as we want. But that's what I'm most interested in. The first one is this Jasper Johns. Now this comes up at lot 6. It's got an estimate of $35 to $45 million. And I've pulled up some auction results to give you an idea. Jasper Johns flags. First of all, okay, so this is estimated $35 to $45 million. His most expensive flag ever sold is $36 million, followed closely by $28 million. So they obviously have big expectations for this one. The next one I'm excited about is the Picasso, of course. This is kind of the starlight in the sale. It's estimate upon request, but I've heard rumors that they're estimating at between $120 and $140 million. Picasso's record at auction is around $180 million, and some are thinking that this just might beat it. So this comes up at lot 10, I believe. Yep, lot 10. And then we have this Ed Ruscha, which I think is another exciting lot. It's from the same year, and it's the same size as one sold back in 2019 at Christie's that brought a little over $52 million. In this one, this one's estimated at $35 to $45 million. So we'll see too if this one can beat that $52 million price tag. And the final one I'm interested in, and this is interesting. This is Cy Twombly. So this one is lot 17. And it's got an estimate of $20 to $30 million, which sounds like a lot of money. But this is one of his chalkboard paintings. And when you look at the sales prices in the past for his large chalkboard paintings, of which this is one, back in 2015, one sold for $70 million. And then the year before that, in 2014, another one, a little bit smaller than this one, sold for $69 million. So an estimate of 20 to 30 seems kind of modest. But last night, I don't know if anybody was watching the sale at Christie's, he had a more recent painting really struggle. And I think it hammered at 17 million. And I think there was expectations for a lot more on that one. So we're going to be interested to see how the Twombly does too. I'll go ahead. It's coming up on what, 7 or 8 after. We'll add the Sotheby screen. And I will probably cut the music, and we'll go with their audio here in a minute. I hope everyone has a tasty beverage. I'm drinking a mediocre Cabernet from Paso Robles from 2020. It's what I serve my guests at openings, and I guess I shouldn't call it mediocre. I should call it awesome. So if you haven't watched auctions before, you're going to see the auctioneer, kind of like you see in movies, up there at the stand, and he's going to be taking bids, and he'll be taking bids from people in the room. There will certainly be a lot of telephone bidders, as a lot of these billionaires like to remain anonymous, and so they will be bidding over the telephone. You won't know who won unless the buyer makes themselves public after the sale. But there's also going to be some online bidding too, I'm sure, but possibly less online bidding just because of the price of these works. Not many people are going to use a mouse to bid $20 million, I wouldn't think. But when you see the auctioneer up there, and he's going to be taking bids again from the phone bank. Let me turn this on now. Their sound. It looks like they're getting ready to start. These have become quite the productions, especially since COVID. It used to just be kind of a single camera, and now when everything moved offline.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Sotheby's here in New York. My name is Oliver Barker, and I will be your auctioneer for this evening's sale. Tonight, we are privileged to open the first of our November marquee sales with the distinguished collection of Emily Fisher Landau.
We are getting ready to
bold
start
vision
lot
helped
one.
shape the artistic landscape of New York City.
Lot
One of the
is a
greatest
Joseph
patrons of her
Albers.
generation, Emily Fisher Landau was a trailblazing female collector alongside the likes of Peggy Guggenheim, Dominique de Menil, and Gertrude Stein. A steadfast supporter of young and emerging artists, she was also deeply involved with many leading institutions, not least the Whitney Museum of American Art, where she played a transformative role, and to whom she was so generously donated nearly 400 works. Tonight's sale will chart the story of her fascinating personal collecting journey through 31 exceptional works, each of which will make its auction debut this evening. From Alexander Calder and Joseph Albers to Georgia O'Keeffe and Agnes Martin, through to Jasper Johns and Andy Warhol. At the center of it all, of course, is the outstanding Pablo Picasso Femme à la Montre, an absolute tour de force from his 1932 Year of Wonders, and a masterpiece by every measure. Full of confidence, intensely vibrant, and brilliantly composed, this exceptional painting hung in pride of place over Emily Fisher Landau's mantelpiece. Tonight, it will find a new home. As everyone who knew Emily Fisher Landau has recognized, her passion for art and for artists was boundless, and she was a collector of the highest order, guided by one unwavering principle. If a person is a true collector, she said, nothing will stand in their way to get what they want. And so in that spirit, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin tonight's auction. And we start with a few housekeeping notes. Everything is sold under the authenticity guarantee and on an as-is basis. Buyer's premium and overhead premium will be added to the hammer price of each lot offered, and applicable sales tax will be due on the aggregate of the three figures as part of the total purchase price.
This is all the legal speak that they have to do.
Please refer to the online sale catalog for further information regarding lots with guarantees and irrevocable bids. Please also refer to our conditions of business for our full terms of sale.
I've had some questions.
And with that, let's open the proceedings with lot number one. The Joseph Albus, the Homage to the Square, the Yellow Residence. Of course, an artist whose work sparked the beginning of Emily Fisher Landau's collecting journey. Acquired in 1968, this work has remained in her collection for more than 50 years. And here it is, showing for you the wonderful work from 1957, the Olam Masonite. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $1 million. At $1 million, $1,200,000. Thank you, sir. It's your bid at $1,200,000. It's in the room at $1,200,000. Gentlemen here at $1,200,000. Your bid, sir, to start us off at $1,200,000. Gentlemen in the room here at $1,200,000. It's against you here. You're bidding $1,300,000. Against you, sir, at $1,300,000 now. With Brad Bent up on the telephone at $1,300,000. I've got the bid here at $1,300,000. It's with Brad on my left, sir, and against you here at $1,300,000. Want to come in again at $1,300,000. It's here with Brad at $1,300,000. Is that a bid, sir? At $1,300,000. Still with you, Brad, at $1,300,000. And selling at $1,300,000. With you, sir, at $1,300,000, and against you in the room at $1,300,000. Come in, Julian, at $1,300,000. At $1,300,000. Still with you, Brad, and against the room here, the first lot. Select to you, sir, at $1,300,000. Here on my left, at $1,300,000, $1,400,000. It's bid online. Thank you, at $1,400,000. With the online bidder, Sotheby's.com at $1,400,000. Against you, Brad, against you in the room here. $1,500,000 is bid, and against you online now, $1,500,000. It's against you too, sir, here, $1,500,000. At $1,500,000, and still with Brad, against the online bidder at $1,500,000. I can sell, of course, at $1,500,000. Still with you, Brad. It's your telephone bid at $1,500,000. Want to come in again online at $1,500,000. Thank you, Brad. For the Albus, lot number one, the wonderful 57 picture, the yellow masonite picture. And fair warning at $1,500,000. Thank you, Brad. It's yours here. And against the online bidder, I'm going to sell. Fair warning now at $1,500,000. The hammer is up. Brad, it's your lot. First lot, Greg, come in at $1,500,000. At $1,500,000, still on this side. I'm waiting for your bid, sir. At $1,500,000. Here it is at $1,500,000. At $1,500,000. Any more? 1.5. At $1,500,000. You bidding, sir? At $1,500,000. It's against you here. It's still with Brad and selling this time. Thank you so much. At $1,500,000. Battle number 23. Thank you, Brad.
So when he says sold at $1.5 million, that does not mean it sold for $1.5 million. The auction house.
And lot number two, ladies and gentlemen, is of course the pink tulip, the abstraction number 77 tulip by Georgia O'Keeffe, an artist, Mrs. Fisher Landau, championed over decades, visiting her regularly in New Mexico, where she acquired this wonderful work directly from the artist in 1985. The first of two works this evening by Georgia O'Keeffe, and I'm going to start the bidding here
1.8 or 1.9
at $2,500,000, at $2,500,000, $2,600,000. Thank you, sir. $2,600,000, $2,700,000.
And if you watch many of these auctions, especially at the big auction houses like Sotheby's here or at Christie's or Phillips,
is bid. Thank you, madam.
Some of the smaller ones like
at $2,900,000. It's ahead of me in the room here. $2,900,000. $3 million is bid now. Michael McCauley is in a new place. $3,200,000. It's back in the room again and against you, Mike, and against you, sir,
to try to coax every dollar out of the bidders as possible.
Here at $3,200,000. Let's say four. At $3,200,000. In the room again at $3,200,000. Ladies bid. At $3,200,000. Thank you, madam. It's yours at $3,200,000. And looking for $3,400,000, sir, from you or from Mike. $3,200,000. $3,250,000. It's in a new place now. Gentlemen's bid in the second aisle.
She recently had a painting.
$3,350,000. Is that a bid?
If you've been to my local museum, the Indianapolis Museum of Art, she recently had a painting for
$3,500,000.
I think it was $48 million.
$50,000. $3,600,000.
Let's see what that was.
$3,650,000. Thank you, sir. $3,700,000. $3,750,000.
$44 million. I'm sorry.
$850,000.
So her prices have been beginning to skyrocket. She's always been cherished and well collected.
$4,050,000.
But they're going crazy.
Thank you. $4,100,000. $4,150,000. $4,200,000.
Again, if you have any questions about what's happening here, put them in the comments. If you can't hear anything or if the sound sounds weird, just let me know.
$4,400,000. 4,000,005. Thank you, sir. At 4,000,005. Try 6. 4,600,000. 4,6. 4,650,000.
I've got my
4,007,000.
iPad here going through all the lots individually.
4,700,000 is bid. It's in the room here.
I've already been through the
4,007,000
catalog
against
a
you,
number
sir.
of times.
At 4,007,000. There it is. At 4,700,000. You out. At 4,700,000. That's the lady's bid. At 4,700,000. It's not yours, sir. Try 50. It's here at 4,700,000. Against you, sir. It's in the room. It's the lady's bid at $4,700,000. It's against you further back. It's against you, Mike, as well at 4,700,000. You out, sir? At 4,700,000. Ladies' bid. I'm going to sell it this time. It's against you again, sir. Last chance at $4,700,000. Madam, thank you very much. Panel number 2121.
So again, don't be
Thank you
fooled
very
by
much, sir,
that
for your bids.
$4.7 million hammer price. It's the new owner
And lot
will
number
pay
3
closer to
is the
5.5,
Untitled number
maybe
1
$5.7
from 1995. It's a
million
minimal
for
masterpiece,
that.
of course, by Agnes Martin, the first of 2 works in this evening's
This
sale.
is the first
Another
Agnes
one
Martin.
of Mrs. Fisher Landau's friends.
And with that Georgia
This time the
O'Keeffe.
later picture, 1995, here in this
In tonight's
wonderful
sale, the only female
square
artists
format, of
are
course.
Agnes
Fabulous
Martin and
work
Georgia
here.
O'Keeffe.
And I'm going to
I've
start
only
the bidding
browsed the
here
catalog
at
for
$3
tomorrow
million.
very
At
quickly,
$3 million,
so
$3,100,000.
there's certain to be more in there too, but this is definitely
$3,300,000 is bid on the telephone here at $3,300,000.
Eurocentric,
$3,400,000. I took it from you, Jose.
American-centric,
Thank you, sir.
male-centric
$3,400,000
collection.
It's in the room against you now, David, at $3,400,000. Gentleman's bid here at $3,400,000. Try 5. At $3,400,000. It's your bid, sir, at $3,400,000. Still in the room at $3,400,000.
This
Against you
piece
here,
is 60 by 60
$3,400,000.
inches, so 5 by 5 feet.
At $3,400,000. It's going to sell at
I think she goes up
$3,400,000.
to
Your bid,
7
sir,
by
at
7 feet.
$3,450,000.
She might even do 8
Thank you.
by 8 feet.
$3,450,000.
So
$3,500,000.
it's a big piece, but it's not one of her
$3,550,000 now.
larger. And I think the one that's coming up
Set a
later
bid.
this evening in just a few
$3,600,000.
lots
Thank
is
you,
going to
madam.
be even
You're taking
bigger.
over. At
And
$3,600,000.
her work, at least from what I've
$3,650,000.
witnessed, is often kind of sold
$3,700,000.
per square inch because they all
$3,800,000.
kind of
Thank you.
look the same.
Let's try $3,900,000.
They're all grids, they're all
$3,900,000.
lines, they're often all
$3,900,000.
muted colors and tones, at least the most desirable
$4
ones.
million. Yes, sir. No. At $3,900,000. Still in the room here. At $3,900,000. I'll take
So it'll
50.
be interesting to see if this is
At
about a $4 million
$3,900,000. Ladies
hammer.
bid.
It'll be
At
interesting to see what the
$3,900,000.
next
No
one
mistake.
goes
At
for that's a little
$3,900,000.
bit
There it is.
larger.
Thank you, madam.
And the next one I think is
$3,900,000.
earlier. This is one of her later
And it's
works.
against the rest of you. It's against you here,
This
David.
is
It's against you in the
from
room, sir.
1995.
$3,900,000. Selling the work this time at $3,900,000. Thank you very much. Paddle number 2133. Thank you so much. And lot number 4
Okay, I got a
is, of course,
comment
the Mark
that
Tansey.
my comments are
Look
being
forward to a
drowned
moment here. The
out.
majestic triumph over Mark Street, number 2, acquired directly
That
from
might
the
be a
artist.
good thing.
And undoubtedly the most important work
Let me
by Tansey
see.
ever to come to auction. Much heralded. Jose's showing over there on this side. I can't see it.
I just
hope
put
you
the
can.
volume down a
Wonderful,
little
wonderful
bit
object. The
on
first
the
of 2
auction.
Tanseys, of course, in the evening sale this evening.
Let me know if that helps.
And I'm going to start the bidding here,
Or if you'd rather me
hopefully
just
with some interest, at $7 million.
shut up and listen to the auction.
$7,200,000 now. It's $7,200,000. $7,500,000.
Tansey's an interesting artist. His
$7,800,000.
work doesn't come up
That's
that often at
$7,800,000.
auction.
It's $7,800,000. At $7,800,000. At $7,800,000.
This is a really
At
large one,
$7,800,000.
97 inches by
8,500,000.
68
Thank you very
inches.
much indeed. At $8,500,000. It's with Courtney Kramer's at $8,500,000 here. $8,600,000. It's in a new place with Jackie Wachter at $8,600,000. Against you, Courtney, at $8,600,000. At $8,600,000. It's against the pair of you now, $8,600,000. You're bidding on this side. Alejandro, $8,600,000.
I'm looking up Tansey's auction results to see what the record is. They called this the most important
$8,700,000. It's in a new place. Alejandro,
Tansey ever to
indeed.
come to sale.
$8,700,000. We have a new bidder.
I don't know
At
enough about Tansey to know if that's true or
Alejandro
not.
Rossetti on this side of the bank at
But his record is from
2018
2018, when one sold with the premium for $7.5 million.
8,700,000. It's here. It's against you
So
both.
this is
It's against you,
also
Courtney. It's against
significantly
Jackie.
beyond that.
At $8,700,000 on my left at $8,700,000. Let's try another one. Otley, we're coming in 8,700,000. 8,800,000. It's in another new place with Brad now at 8,700,000. 8,800,000, I should say. Sorry. At 8,800,000.
I'm glad to hear that the audio is sounding better.
Brad's
Thank
better.
you
Against
for all
all
of the
now at 8,800,000.
feedback.
It's 4 of you in it, at least.
Again, this is a
8,800,000.
learning curve for me. My first
At
live stream.
$8,900,000. Thank you, Ali. At $8,900,000 now. And against you, Brad, at $8,900,000. Let's make it $9 million, please. At $8,900,000. Your bid. At $8,900,000. $9 million. Could we try 2?
So the people on the phone are all specialists from
At $9
Sotheby's,
million.
and they usually focus on one area of the
At
world.
$9 million.
So if you go to enough of these,
Still here. Brad, it's your bid at $9 million now.
you
On
still
this side of
won't
the
know
telephone
who
against your
exactly
corner still
won, but you
at
will
$9 million
know
now.
that this specialist
I'm
is in
looking for
charge of Latin
$9,200,000.
America, or that specialist
That
is
gets you in the
from
room at
Hong
$9 million.
Kong, or this specialist
saying
is
C?
from Italy.
What are we doing,
So you
Ali?
get an idea kind of
At $9 million.
geographically where the work might
$9,100,000
end
I'll
up.
take at $9,100,000. It's a fabulous thing at $9,100,000.
But unless they're in the
Try 2,
room
please, Brad.
raising their own hand, it can be tough to tell who wins. And there are some bidders who like to do that, which is always a spectacle and a lot of fun.
It's back with Brad Bentoff now at $9,200,000. I'm looking for 3, please, Alejandro, from you. It's at $9,200,000 this time. At $9,200,000. There it is.
So again, the Tansy's at $9.2 million hammer
Try
price
3.
right now. Well over his
bid?
record of $7.5 million.
Here with $9,200,000. It's Brad's bidder at $9,200,000. It's against you in the room at $9,200,000. $9,300,000. Thank you so much at 9.3. On my left again at $9,300,000. Say 4. At $9,300,000. There it is at $9,300,000. $9,400,000 is bid. Thank you, Brad, at $9,400,000. At $9,400,000. Here it is at $9,400,000. Try 5. At $9,400,000, it's Brad's bidder at $9,400,000. You want to say 5?
The auctioneer's trying to move the auction along in a timely manner.
Here at $9,400,000, it's worth every penny.
But he's also
9.5.
obligated to try to get as much
Thank
money
you.
as possible. So
At 9.5.
obviously most of the people are bidding
Brad,
here
try
are
6,
multi-millionaires,
At
if not
$9,500,000.
billionaires.
$9,600,000 is bid now.
And I'm not sure if you watched
Want to bid?
any of Trump in trial yesterday or on
600,000.
Monday, but it can be really tough to keep billionaires in line
At
and
1,600,000.
doing what you want them to do. So it
Still
takes
here at
patience. It's an
9,600,000
art.
with Brad Bentoff at $9,600,000. It's against you on this side. What are we going to do? We're leaving it this time? At $9,600,000. Thank you, Brad. It's with you. $9,700,000. Thank you. 9.7. Thank you, Ali. 9.7. 9.7. Here it is. $9,800,000.
Bidding continues. We talked about
At $9,800,000.
buyer's premium, and that's the premium they will add to the hammer
Can I
price.
give you one more?
I think up to 2 or 3 million, it's
9,800,000.
25 or
Still with Brad Bentoff. It's against you in
26%.
the room at $9,800,000.
And then beyond
At
that,
9.8.
the auction houses are very nice.
Bidding, madam, at $9,800,000.
So anything you spend over 3 million,
$9,900,000.
you only get
Thank you so
charged a
much.
20% premium.
$9,900,000 is bid this time. There it is, $9,900,000. Any more? 9.9.
And then it's something like if you go over 20 million, they're
$10 million.
extra
Thank
nice. And they only charge
Brad,
you
at 10.
12% buyer's premium on top of
Going
that.
to go on at $10 million here. It's still with Brad Bentoff here at $10 million. It's there at $10 million now. One more. Still with you, Brad, at $10 million. Alejandro, thank you so much. You're going to go on at $10 million here. What are we doing at $10 million? It's Brad's bidder here at $10 million. Want to try 1?
So they were ambitious with this estimate at 8 to 12 million.
Conferring at $10 million.
And now they're right in the middle of it.
Here at $10 million. And it's still with Brad. Thank you, Brad. And selling it at $10 million now. Fair warning. Alejandro, we're coming in at $10 million now. What are we doing? At $10 million. Still with you, Brad. You sure? The hammer is coming up. I'm going to sell it this time. Fair warning
Sometime
now.
if it's not an
Brad's
artist I
bidder. Thank you
love,
all.
I'm
And
just begging
selling
them to drop the hammer
with a new
because
auction
I want
record
to
for the
watch the
artist,
next
Mark
one.
Tansey, at $10 million. Brad, it's yours. Thank you very much indeed. It's paddle number 24. Thank you, Alejandro. And lot
So
number
that would
5
beat the
carries
old
this on, of
Tansey
course, another
record
great
by about
American
50%.
master, Glenn Ligon, this time untitled I Lost My Voice, I Found My Voice from 1991. As featured in Ligon's seminal retrospective at the Whitney Museum of American
Here's a
Art,
painting
a
I would
supremely
love
rare
to
example
own.
of his most important body of work, of course, the door
Ligon's
paintings.
amazing.
Here
This is a
the
piece
painting.
from
Thank you so much indeed,
1991.
showing on the turnstile for you.
80 inches
And
by
I'm going to
30
start the bidding
inches.
here. At $2 million now, at $2 million, $2,100,000, $2,200,000, $2,300,000 now, $2,300,000, $2,400,000.
I was
At $2,400,000,
delivering a
$2,500,000 is
painting
Charlotte's bid at
to a
$2,500,000
crazy
now,
collector
$2,500,000,
in
$2,600,000 now.
She was
$2
in
million
New York.
600,000. $2 million 700,000. And
She's
against you
on
now,
Long
2 million
Island. I can't remember
700,000.
exactly.
Want to go on?
But I showed up to deliver the painting.
At 2 million 7, you sure? At 2 million
And she comes
700,000,
out,
still here at 2
and this
million
is the middle of
700,000.
COVID. She
Charlotte
gives me
Spinner
like all this
at 2
extra
million
protective
700,000.
material, and I
Anybody
already
else? 2 million
had
7.
my mask
It's with
on and
Charlotte
all
Van
of
der
that
Kirk
stuff.
at 2
But
million
she said,
700,000. It's against
"Do you
you,
like
Caroline, at 2
Glenley
million
Gone?"
7.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I love him."
At 2 million
She said,
700,000. Fair
"Hop
warning to you
in."
now.
And we
2
got
million
in her car,
700,000.
and we drove around the
It's
block.
with you, Charlotte.
And so I
Selling the
got to
painting.
see
Here it
Glenn's
is at
house.
$2 million $700,000.
I didn't see him. I
Still
hear
with
he's
you
kind
at
of a
2.7.
recluse and
Fair warning now. And selling
eccentric.
at 2 million 700,000. Charlotte, that's one's yours. Thank you.
So that
Battle
hammered
39.
at 2.7 against a $2.5 to
$2,700,000.
$3.5 million estimate.
On number 6, of course, is the next. Brings us to the truly iconic work of American art, Jasper John's flag from 1986.
Here's the next big
Hanging right
one.
behind me, here it is, the wonderful double flag. This
35
picture
to
is one of just a
$45
small
million
handful of iconic flag paintings remaining in private
was
hands.
the estimate.
And the first to appear at auction almost a decade. This fabulous painting here, the oil and encaustic wax on canvas, 1986.
Again, the most expensive
signed and
flag
dated,
to
of
ever
course,
sell
variously
was
inscribed on the reverse.
$36 million. And it was a
And I'm going to
small
start the
one,
bidding here
about 12 by 18
at
inches.
$30 million now, at $30 million, $31
This
million.
is 25 by 33.
$32 million.
So a lot
$32
bigger.
million now. At $32 million, $33 million now. At $34 million. At $34 million now. At 34.
He could be making up bids
At
now. The
$34
auctioneer
million
is allowed to bid up to the
$35 million.
reserve.
Thank you, Greg. At
And
$35
now
million.
there's a real bidder in at $35
$35
million.
million. At 35, it's still with Gregoire at $35 million now. At 35, $36 million. Thank you. At $36 million now. $36 million. And against you, Greg, at $36 million.
Looks like they have multiple phone bidders.
$36 million now. Here at $36 million. Say another one at $37 million now. Thank you, Greg. At $37 million.
Already the most expensive flag.
Still with you at $37 million.
Jasper John's
Greg
record
Robbie
at auction is
at
$55 million
You sure? 37.
for an
Here at
abstract
$37
piece from
million
1960.
with Gregoire. And selling at $37 million. On this side at $37 million. Still with you, Greg. At $37 million. Want to come in, sir? At $37 million. And against you, Mike, at $37 million. Here with Greg at $37 million. Any more at 37. At $37 million, it's Gregoire's bidder. I'm going to sell it at $37 million. Fair warning, Mike, and it's against you here. And it's against you here too also. At $37 million, it's here. Gregoire, it's your painting at $37 million. Thank you. It's yours. Panel number 5, $37 million.
Someone just paid a lot of money, but for a very iconic work.
And lot number 7 is the Andy Warhol, the shadow, bringing together two of the artist's most important motifs, the self-portrait and the shadow.
The past 10 years
From
or so, there's
1981,
been
this
the
late work by Andy Warhol, of
Crystal
course.
Bridges Museum
And I'm
in
going to start the
Bentonville
bidding
has
here.
kind of started to change
At
the art market, at
1,500,000,
least for
1,600,000,
American art.
1,700,000,
It opened a
1,800,000,
couple
1,900,000
years
is
ago,
bid,
but
sir.
for
At $1,900,000,
the
$2 million
past
here.
decade,
$2 million now.
it's
Say
all
2.
Walmart
Thank you,
money,
David.
right?
$2 million 2. Say 3, sir. $2,300,000.
So they've been
Against you
bidding on
both at
American art
$2,300,000. Gentlemen's bid at
to
$2,300,000.
try to
Against you here in
build
the room
this
at
amazing
$2,300,000.
collection,
Gentlemen seated
which I
at
hope to visit
$2,300,000.
this
Coming in,
fall
David,
or
at
this
2,300,000.
winter.
2,300,000, 2,400,000. Thank you, Wendy. And another new place. So $2,400,000.
But it's amazing how
$2,450,000 is your
one
bid, sir.
player can
$2,450,000.
really
Say 5.
change the market.
At $2,450,000. Against you here, it's the gentleman's bid at $2,450,000. And against you, $2,450,000. Give me $2,500,000, please, Wendy, at $2,450,000. Gentleman's bid in the room at $2,450,000. At $2,450,000. David, are we going to go on at $2,450,000?
This is 5
At
feet by 5 feet.
$2,450,000. Here it is.
With a
Gentleman's
$2 to
bid at
$3 million
$2,450,000.
estimate.
Thank you, sir. At $2,450,000. Want to come in? At $2,450,000. There it is. At $2,450,000. I'm going to sell it. At $2,450,000. When do we out? $2,450,000. Fair warning now. I'm going to sell it to 5. Give me 57. $2,500,000. It's still on the
bidding
telephone at $2,500,000. It's not yours, sir. At $2,500,000. Clears your bids as well, I think, David and Greg. And selling.
I want to thank everyone watching. I had
Thank you, Wendy. It's yours.
one friend tell me
Panel
he
number
might try to
35.
watch,
Thank you
but
very
he
much
also had
indeed.
plans tonight. So I thought I was going to have between
And lot number 8, of
0
course,
and
we move
1
on.
viewers.
And it is the
And I've
second of the Agnes
beaten
Martin
that
paintings
by
of
like
this evening,
400
the
or
Great Stone.
500%.
An exceptional,
So
rare,
thank you
early
very
work
much.
example from 661, I should say. I'm so sorry. Very early work with gold ground
All right,
and blue.
here's
The
the
Grey Stone
second
number
Agnes
2
Martin.
has
This is the
exhibited
one
in
that's a
multiple
little
exhibitions,
bigger.
of
It's
course.
72 by 72
Wonderful, wonderful
inches.
painting. And I'm going to
So
start the bidding
6 feet
here
by 6 feet.
at
The
$4 million.
first one
$4 million,
sold
$4,500,000,
with premium for $4.8
$5
million.
million now.
So let's see what happens here.
$5,500,000. Thank you, David.
Clearly
$6
already
million.
over
So
that.
several places. $6 million, $7 million Ashcan, $7,500,000. $8 million I took from Ashcan. $8 million. Is it another new place? At $8,500,000. $9 million with Ashcan. $9 million. Here it is. The ladies bid in the room at $9,500,000. Ladies bid. Here we are at $9 million. You bidding at the back, sir, with the iPhone torch at $9,500,000. It's a new method of bidding. 10 million. Is it another new place at 10 million? Can we say 5?
Okay, I've turned the auction volume down
Gentlemen's
a little
bid at
bit
$10 million
more.
at 10 million.
If that's too much, let me know.
Say 11. At 10 million 5. So ladies bid. Multiple bidders on the Agnes Martin here. The early work at 10,500,000. Say 11. At 10,500,000. Still with the lady at
So
10
the
million
estimate's
5.
6 to 8
Bid,
million,
madam. It's against you further back now at 10,500,000.
and they're already up to
All the
10.5.
telephones, 10
So
million 5. 10,750,000. Is it another new place? Where is the bid at $11 million? Thank you, sir. Another new place. It's already against you at $11 million.
this is an excellent result.
Multiple bidders, at least
I
7
want
or
to
8
see what
of
her
you at this
record
point.
is. I want to say it was
11,250,000.
around 8 to 10 million.
11,250 is bid. Take 5, sir. 11,500. The lady's back at 11,500,000. Say 750, either of you. At 11,500,000. Brooke, we want to give me 750? At 11
She did have an early piece, well, mid-career piece from
bid,
74 sell for 17 million.
So, at 11
But the
million,
other highest have been closer to 10 million.
Thank you, Brooke. At 11,750,000. $12 million now. At 12.
So I think this is a really strong result.
$12,250,000. Thank you so much, Brooke. At $12,250,000. At $12,250,000. $12,500,000 is bid. It's back with the lady again at $12,500,000. Looking for 750, Brooke, please, at $12,500,000. Still with you, madam, at $12,500,000. It's against you, sir, further back at 12,500,000. Give me 750. 12,500,000. At 12,500,000. Ladies bid. 12,750,000. Thank you, sir. At 12,750,000. $13 million now. Back with the lady at $13 million. It's against you here. It's against you in 2 places here. It's against you at least 3 on this side. At $13 million. Brooke, not yours at 13. Nor yours, sir. 13,250,000. Thank you. At 13,250. What a bid, sir?
This is a really strong result. You'll notice that the auctioneer just cut the bid to increments of 250,000. And they often don't do that unless they're approaching the end and there's maybe 2 or 3 bidders left and they're trying to milk out every dollar they can from these people.
I want to go on, sir. 13,500,000. Still with you, madam. 13,750,000. It's in another new place. Thank you, sir. At 13,750,000. Extraordinarily deep bidding on the early Agnes Martin here at 13,750,000. Great masterpiece of a work here. $14 million.
I see Sarah's watching. Are you drinking your martini, Sarah?
I'll try 50, sir. 40,050,000.
Just to be clear, I can't tell who's actually watching unless they leave a comment. Then I see either their screen name or their username.
40,100,000. Next bid's 150, sir. 14,1 against you. 14,150.
Again, we're watching the sale of the collection of Emily Fisher Landau, who passed away earlier this year. This is the evening sale, the highlights from her collection, of which there are many.
14,500,000. Can we try 6, madam, please? Here at $14,500,000. Gentleman's bid at 14,500,000.
The Nashvilleian just arrived. We are on lot 8. The Picasso comes up in 2 lots at lot 10.
14,600,000.
So you came just in time.
14,700,000. 14,750,000. 14,800,000.
Sarah asked why things might go higher than the
50,850,000.
estimate. Well, a
$15
painting
million.
is worth actually not
Madam,
what
can we
the
take the
estimate
one,
is, but
please?
what people are willing to pay for it.
At $15 million.
So the auction house's job is to sell all the work. That's how the auction house makes their money. So they will work with the consignor, they will work with the client. They'll try to come up with an estimate where the client would be happy if it's sold, but also the auction house thinks is realistic.
15 million too. There it is. 15.2. Gentleman's bid.
So here clearly at $6 to $8 million on this Agnes Martin, that was a reasonable estimate that I think the estate would have been happy with.
50 million,
but there are X factors, like this being so early from 1961.
At 15 million.
And then all the marketing that the auction houses do. These pieces traveled the world. They were in Hong Kong. They were in Paris, London. So they did not just put this up online and decide to have a sale. They have been marketing these to their best clients for months.
Try 8.
And it's those efforts where you get multiple people interested in a single piece that cause a work like this to...
Still with you, sir. 50
this may be a new record. This may be a new record for the
16.
artist.
Thank you.
It's definitely a new record for the artist now.
$16 million.
So all of their marketing efforts are paying off.
To take one, madam.
There's also the case, I was talking about how Christie's sale last night did not go so well.
$16 million.
There were a number of pieces that didn't sell, a lot of things that went underneath the estimate, underneath the low estimate. But what happens with a collection like this, with this provenance from an important collection, that adds value to the pieces.
It's with the gentleman. I think you know that. It's $16 million.
And these pieces have never been sold at auction before.
I'm going to have to sell. Thank you so much.
And that's what's called fresh to the market. And that's what every buyer wants.
I'm in again at 1. At $16 million. Fair warning to you, madam. At $16 million. The hammer is coming up. At $16 million. Here it is for the gentleman. You want to say one more? No. Thank you anyway. And selling. New auction record for the artist. Thank you very much indeed.
There you go.
Panel number 2023. How appropriate. Yours. Thank you very much indeed.
A new record, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much indeed. And we move on, of course.
And here's a comment from the Nashvilleian.
The red Coma from 1962.
He said he was willing to go for this piece 4 times higher than the estimate.
Beautiful example.
Sometimes you just find the right piece for your collection, and that's what you want.
Slot number 1, early residence in the wonderful Fisher Landau collection. I'm going to start the bidding here at 1,100,000, 1,200,000, 1,300,000, now 1,300,000, 1,300,000, 1,400,000, 1,500,000. Thank you, Julian. It's your bid at $1,500,000 now, 1,500,000, at 1,500,000.
This is a smaller Calder, about 2 feet by 2 feet.
1,600,000 now, at $1,600,000.
It would look good on anyone's dining room table.
Still with you, Julian, at 1,700,000. You're coming in again at 1,700,000. Here it is with Julian Dawes at $1,700,000. And against you all at 1,700,000. They're warning at 1,700,000. It's against you here at 1,700,000. Still with you, Julian. And against you, Wendy. It's
excellent point. Fresh to the market means it's difficult to estimate value.
And selling here. Last
you
chance
can look at other works of a similar size and guess what it might go for.
$1,700,000. Thank you, Julian.
But ultimately, on a unique painting or a unique sculpture, you don't know. So here comes the Picasso. I'm going to shut up during this one,
Picasso, a magnificent
work, and we will just see where this goes.
As we know, 1932 was Picasso's Year of Wonders, a year so important an entire museum exhibition has been dedicated to it. And of the many great works Picasso created that year, this work in particular stands out for its date, scale, subject, vibrancy, and composition, all of which are exceptional. Acquired by Emily Fisher Landau in 1968, it has been the bedrock of her collection ever since. The first time ever at auction, in fact, the first time outside of her collection indeed, acquired in 1968 from Pace Gallery here in New York City. And I want to start the bidding here at $95 million, at $95 million, at $95 million, at 95, $100 million now, at $100 million, at $100 million, $105 million. At $105 million. At $105 million. $110 million. It's with you, Gregoire, at $110 million.
That was the first real bid I saw.
$110 million. On my right here.
So we'll see what happens.
$115 million.
Again, I heard the estimate, although it's unlisted, was 120 to 140 million.
It's your bid, $115 million.
Some think it might break the record at 180.
$115 million. Here it is. On my left, at $115 million. And against you, Greg, at $115 million. Still with you, Wendy, now, $115 million. $120 million. Thank you, Gregoire. At $120 million. Here on this side of the room at $120 million. At $120 million. You're going to come in here at $120 million. Still with you, Gregoire, at $120 million now. At $120 million. At $120 million. Still with you, Greg, at 120. That's against you, Brooke, at $120 million. That's against you, Brooke, at $120 million here.
51 by 38 inches. This would look great over anyone's fireplace.
120. It's with you, Gregoire, at 120 for the moment, at 1,020,000. At 120 million. There it is, at 120. Wendy. Let's try another one at 120 million. At $120 million. Here it is, at 120. We, Gregoire Beer.
Still a long way to go to break the record, but he's going to be in no hurry to sell this one.
Brooke Lampley. Thank you, Brooke, at $121 million. It's your bid at $121 million. Here on my right. At $121 million. Greg, you want to go on at $121 million? At 121, there's three of you there at $121 million. Wendy.
If he's going in $1 million increments right now, pretty sure there's no chance it'll break the record.
Against you, Greg, this time at $121 million. Still with Brooke Lampley.
But again, he's still got at least three people on the phone you're seeing right there.
$121 million. Your bid, Brooke, at $121 million. Any more at 121? Want a bid, sir? At $121 million. It's here on my right, and it's against you, Wendy, and it's against you, Gregoire. For $121 million. Greg, coming in at $121 million. We're selling the picture at $121 million. Still with you on this side at $121 million. The hammer is coming up. Against you here too at $121 million. There it is. It's Brooke's bidder, Brooke Lampley. It's with you, ladies bid. And against you, Greg, and against you, Wendy. Fair warning now. At $121 million for the Mary Therese, the Femme à la Mode from 1932, here at Sotheby's, at $121 million. I'm selling the picture. Fair warning. Last chance for $121 million. Brooke, it's yours. Thank you very much. Panel number 36. Thank you.
So with fees, that's going to be closer to $130 plus million.
1982 work depicting another of his
and it's hard to call 130 or $140 million a disappointing result.
Showing on the easel. Thank you very much indeed. This time, executed
but I think some are disappointed.
2 out of 2. And I'm starting the bidding here. At 700, 750,000, 800,000, 850,000 now, 850,000, 900,000. At 950,000 with David Galpin, 950,000. Where's the bid? 960,000. Thank you, Lulu.
This Jasper Johns is about 40 by 30 inches.
960,000. Is there another bid there, Vera? $1 million. Thank you very much indeed. $1 million now. Against you, David. Against you, Lulu.
It's a monotype, which means it's a print, but it's the only one.
$1 million. Against you, Lulu. It's against you, David. Do you want to give me another one? At $1 million here for the Savarin tin. At $1 million on my left here, $1 million. At $1 million, we're selling
estimate of 1.2 to 1.8 million.
$1 million. David, are you coming in? 1,050,000. Give me 1-1. At 1,050,000. 150. 1-1. It's bid. Thank you. Try 50. At 1,100,000. There it is on this side. At 1,100,000. 1,150,000.
A question about how much of that 120 million the seller will get. Meaning, are there commissions the auction house will take on top of that? That's all negotiable with the auction house. So a collection like this, Christie's and Sotheby's and maybe even Phillips would have been fighting over. So they could have offered 0% commission so that the seller
Here it is,
gets all of that hammer price just so that Sotheby's can have the privilege of selling it. And sometimes this can even encroach on the buyer's premium. So they might even get a small percentage over the hammer price.
$1,250,000. Thank you. It's battle number 19. Thank you very much.
These evening sales
And lot number 12, of course, is the Robert Indiana, the 4
often are not the big money makers. They get all the headlines, but they don't make the money. These are the prestigious sales that the houses want.
At $400,000, at $400,000, $450,000, $500,000, $550,000, $600,000 is bid here. It's against you, Wendy, at $600,000 with David Rothschild.
They'll likely make more money tomorrow at the day sale from this collection.
It's not yours. It's here on my right at $600,000. Still with David Rothschild.
Even though they're lower priced items.
Thank you, David. Representing Sotheby's Palm Beach.
They probably negotiated a higher percentage.
$600,000. There he is at $600,000. Thank you, sir. At $600,000, $650,000.
Here's my hometown boy, Robert, Indiana.
David, give me 7. That's 650. It's back with Wendy.
68 by 68 inches.
650,000.
From 1964.
It's your bid at 650,000. It's against the room. It's against you also, David. At 650 on this side. Try 7. That's 650. That's 650,000. David, you out? Shake of the head. And selling it here. It's Wendy's bidder. Last chance. And selling at $650,000. Thank you, Wendy. Paddle number 35. Thank you.
Coming up is the next lot I was really interested in.
The artist who perhaps featured most prominently in all of Emily Fisher Landau's collecting journey. His Securing the Last Letter, Boss from 1964.
Again, a piece of the same size from the same year, sold for more than $52 million in 2019.
In New York City as we speak. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $32 million now. $32 million. Thank you, Jose. I should have pointed out. It's hanging on the wall here. Thank you very much indeed. At $32 million.
Estimate of 35 to 45 million.
33 million. At $33 million now. At 33 million. 33,500,000. At 33,500,000. You want a bid, madam? At 33,500,000. At $33,500,000 now. For the Richer, $33,500,000. $33,500,000. At $33,500,000. On a bid, $33,500,000. 34 million. Thank you, Brad. 34 million. On Brad Bentoff's telephone at $34 million here, and I can sell at $34 million. Your bid.
So I'm sure the negotiations with the seller, or with the seller's estate in this case,
$34 million. Still with you,
were happening right up to the time the sale began.
Your bid, 34.
They could have known that they were going to have at least one phone bidder on this lot that would be willing to go for $33 million. And so they get permission from the seller. Can we sell it at $33 million, even though the estimate starts at $35 million?
It's Brad Bentoff's bidder. I can sell it here at $34 million. It's with you, Brad, and I'm going to sell it at $34 million. Fair warning now. The Richer is selling at $34 million.
And it looks like that might have happened here.
Fair warning. Last chance at $34 million. Thank you, Brad. Battle number 25. Congratulations.
So that's just going to be just under 40 million with all the fees.
And lot number 14, of course, is the Andy Warhol, the second of the Andy Warhols, the poignant self-portrait from 1986, painted just months before his death. This is from a series of self-portraits that are considered among Warhol's
80 by
last
80
great
inches.
artistic gestures, of course, exhibited and acquired
This
from the last
series
great commercial exhibition in London from the Anthony
is
Dauphin Gallery.
one of
And I'm
my
going to start the bidding
favorite.
here.
I don't love the camouflage
$12 million,
Warhol,
$12 million,
but I love
$13
the
million,
solid
$14
color
million now, at $14 million,
Warhol Fright Wig series.
at $14 million.
If you're ever in Fort Worth,
$14 million.
Texas, go to the Fort Worth Modern,
$14 million.
in my favorite building in the country, designed by the Japanese architect Tado Ando.
With Lisa Dennison at
And you
$16
walk
million,
in and
sell,
you
of course,
enter and you
$16 million.
go up the grand
At $16
staircase.
million for the Warhol, $16
And they
million.
have another version of this. It's all in
It's with you,
green.
Lisa, for the
Warhol's
Warhol,
all in
$16 million.
green.
Fair warning now,
Same
$16
size,
million.
80
Here
by
it is.
80 inches.
Against you on this side, against you, Fergus, at $16 million. Thank you, Lisa. It's going to you. Fair warning, hammers up, last chance, at $16 million. Thank you, Lisa. Paddle number
Okay,
7.
hammer
Thank
at
you very much.
16. That should be around 19 million. All in.
Thank you so much. And we move, of course, to the Robert Rauschenberg. One of Robert Rauschenberg's earliest works using the silkscreen technique, Sundog from 1962, is featured in several major exhibitions, including landmark surveys at the Whitney Museum of American Art, of course, filled with wonderful iconography, the swimmer and the aerial, the sun, the sky,
Interesting
the
early
clouds there as well. And I want to start
Rauschenberg.
the bidding here at $3 million.
Pretty
$3 million,
important piece, I think.
$3,500,000, at $3 million.
Okay.
$3,800,000 now.
Here's an interesting scenario. The estimate is 8 to 12 million.
Thank you, Jackie. It's with you with $4
They
million.
started the bidding at 3 million.
$4 million.
That means they had no interest within the estimate. So they were calling everybody and asking, what would you pay for this piece? And they go back to the consignor and say, would you take 3 million? Would you take 4 million?
I'm going to sell it. Jackie Wachter, here she is, senior expert in contemporary based in Los Angeles, part of the Wachter family. There's your, okay, that way around is it. I'm going to sell it here at $4 million. Fair warning. Jackie, it's yours. Paddle number 09. Thank you so much. To you. Thank you.
So selling way under the estimate of 8 to 12 million at just under 5 million with fees.
We return to Rouchet with his powerful, plenty big hotel room, painting for the American, marking one of the first times the artist introduces the potent motif of the American flag into his art. Fabulous picture here, great scale. 1985, and I'm going to start the bidding here. At $4 million.
And that relates to Sarah's question about why something might sell for much higher than the estimate. Sometimes the auction houses get it wrong and things sell for quite a bit less than the estimate.
$5 million. Thank you so much. At $5 million.
But a company as big as Sotheby's or Christie's has specialists on each of these paintings that are, after the catalog's published, still trying to find a buyer.
Thank you, Greg. $5,500,000. It's your bid. At $5 million. Are you out? At $5,500,000. Still with Gregoire Billot at $5 million. And against you too, sir. At $5 million. For the Rouchet, the flag at $5,500,000. At $5 million, and I'm going to sell it.
Estimate of 5 to 7 million.
$5,500,000. It's with Gregoire Billot, Chairman of Contemporary Art, Sotheby's North Americas. Hear it at $5 million, and I'm selling it to you, Greg. Thank you so much. At $5 million. There it is. 503. Thank you. At
I love Rouchet, but I didn't love that piece. It's not what I think of when I think of Rouchet.
Dating from 1968.
Here's the
This is the
Twombly.
quintessential early example of Cy Twombly's revered blackboard paintings. Emily Fisher Landau acquired the painting from Twombly's friend and artistic collaborator, Robert Rauschenberg, in 1986. Indeed, it was exhibited at Leo Castelli Gallery here in New York in 1968. The wonderful Twombly painting. There it is in all its beauty and splendor. Fabulous, fabulous thing.
And again, this is a similar size to the one that sold for $70 million.
16 million.
But Twombly's market has not been strong recently.
18 million. Thank you, David. At $18 million. $19 million now. 20 million. It's back with you again at $20 million now. At $20 million. David's bidder at $20 million. Anyone else at $20 million? At $20 million. 21 million now.
He had a piece last night sell for, I think, 17 million, but it was later. So this will certainly be that, but it's nowhere near the record.
$22 million. It's back with David again at $22 million now. Not yours, at 22. It's with David Gaprin at $22 million here. We can sell 23 million. It's in another new place. Against you all at $23 million now. Against you here and against you, David, with Wendy
again in 2015, at the height of Twombly's market, a similar painting sold for 70 million. The year before, a similar painting sold for 69 million.
Against you, David, and against you there as well, 23.
The chalkboard paintings are pretty much considered his most iconic.
At $23 million. Still with you, Wendy, and I'm going to sell this time. David, come in again at $23 million. It's with you, Wendy. I'm selling it here at $23 million. David, are you out? Are we out of the room at $23 million here? It's with Wendy. The hammer is coming up for the Twombly, the 68 picture. Wonderful blackboard with this incredible harp motif. Very rare. There's only 4 of them out there. At $23 million. No? Wendy, it's going to be for you. Fair warning. At $23 million. Thank you very much. Paddle 435.
I would have thought that would have gone a little bit higher, that some billionaire wouldn't have cared kind of what the price was, but
Lot number 18.
It shows you
Dating
now
from
how the
1938,
Twombly
indeed, from
market
London.
soft.
Piet Mondrian's composition Unfinished is one of only
Jeff
5
Koons, the
canvases
market
executed during the
darling,
artist's
did
time in the
really
city,
badly
and one of
last
his
night.
largest format works. Here it is. Thank
Is
you
badly
again
a
for bringing
word?
it
I should
around.
probably say did really poorly last
And I'm
night.
going to start the bidding here. That's $6 million now. It's 6 million, 6,500,000, 6.5, $7 million.
An interesting Mondrian, a pretty big one. It's about 4 feet by 4 feet.
That's $7,500,000. That's $7,500,000.
I would think the Mondrian
$7,500,000.
collectors would probably want something
That's
more colorful, like Boogie
$7,500,000.
Woogie.
That's $7,500,000. Want to come in, Aki? It's $7,500,000.
Estimate is 8 to 12 million.
$7,500,000. It's against you here. It's $7,500,000. Aki, you want to come in? It's $7,500,000. That's $7,500,000. You coming in? $8 million. Thank you very much. At $8 million with Aki now at $8 million. Your bid, sir, at $8 million. And against you on this side.
Mondrian's record is $51 million. And another at $50 million.
Against you, Julian, at $8 million.
Both for those more colorful pieces that you more commonly associate with when you think of Mondrian.
Thank you, Aki, at $8 million. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Panel number 8, 4-8. And lot number 19 is where we come to Jean-Art's Tours Végétales from 1959. This is one example cast by Georges Rudier on the 4th of October 1961.
52 inches, a nice size.
5, showing on the screens. And I'm going to start the bidding here.
Estimate 1 to 1.5 million.
600,000, 650,000, 700,000, 750,000, 800,000, at 800,000, 850,000. Scott Nickel's bid at 850. You bidding, madam, at 850. 900,000. It's in the room here. 900,000. Give me 50. At 900,000. Ladies bid at $900,000. And against you, Simon. Against you, Lisa, as well. It's at $900,000 in the room. 950,000. Thank you, Simon. At 950. Want to give me $1 million? At 950. $1 million. Thank you. Try 1, please.
Coming up next, we have
$1 million.
An interesting Mark Rothko, not my favorite Rothko.
$1,000,001 is bid now with Simon Shore.
Ed Rouchet, another Tansy.
At $1,000,001.
Willem de Kooning.
At $1,000,001. Want to try 2?
Ellsworth Kelly.
1,100,000 is here with Simon on this side, and he gets you all on that side of the bank, so 1,100,000. Thank you, Simon. It's against you in the room at 1,100,000. Selling it, Simon. It's your bid at $1,100,000. Fair warning.
Hello, Michael. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Simon. 1-1 is panel number 13. And
again, we're watching the Emily Fisher Landau cell from Sotheby's.
Seagram Murals series painting, no example of which has ever appeared at auction before. Of course, the main Seagram Murals, the subject of the tantalizing exhibition in Paris at the LVMH Foundation. Here it is, one of the very, very few works outside of a museum collection from this series. Of course, 1958. Seagram Pictures, and I want to start
from the Seagram Commission.
$15 million now. $15 million. $15 million. $16 million now. That's $16 million. $17
I believe this was the series that never got installed because the people that commissioned them did not like them.
$19 million. It's with Wendy at $19 million. On the telephone here, $19 million. Thank you, Wendy. It's your bid at $19 million. And selling at $19 million. Back with Wendy again from our Sotheby's Asia. $19 million representing the Asian clients this evening.
Again, estimate here is 30 to 40 million, and they're about to potentially sell at 19 million.
What a bid? $19 million. Still with you, Wendy. I'm selling it here. Fair warning. It's against you further back, sir. Last chance. Ladies bid. Here on the telephone. Thank you, Wendy. It's yours at $19 million. Thank you very much. Paddle number 535.
I think this confirms what we're all thinking, that the market is pretty soft right now.
Number 21, Ed Rouchet's Mint Green. The painting belongs to a small group of works the artist created between 1966 and 1969, in which the text is liquid or wet. Most of these are now museum collections, making this example an incredibly rare
about 5 feet by 5 feet, or 5 feet by 4.5 feet.
I'm starting the bidding here at $8 million, so 8 million, 8,500,000, 8 million 5, 9 million now. At 9 million, 9,500,000. At 9 million 5, $10 million. Thank you, Alex. At 10 million, it's your bid. At $10 million now. At 10 million, $11 million. Thank you, Claudia. At 11 million now. Against you, Alex. At 11 million. It's here with Claudia's work. At $11 million on this side. Thank you, Claudia. At 11. And against you, Alex. Here at $11 million. With Claudia at $11 million. And against you in the room, sir. At $11 million. On the telephone here with Claudia. Against you, Alex. I'm selling it on this side for the moment at $11 million.
This is a classic Richet. It's kind of what you think of when you think of the artist.
$11 million. I'm going to give me 5.
The colors might be off-putting to some collectors.
This side. Against you, Alex. Against you, Barmy. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to sell it here. Claudia's bid. $11 million. Last chance. And selling at $11 million.
Okay, so another comment. Yes, you can often see the results quicker if you're following along in the catalog on the app or on their website.
The next work, of course, by Mark Tansey.
They have a
this time installing the lens
dedicated feed to the big bidders.
And I want to start the bidding here.
They don't care if I'm having a problem watching the auction because I'm not bidding $4 million on the Smart Tansey. But they want to make sure that the people who are bidding on that and who they have pre-qualified have no problems.
$4 million.
So those actual bidders, those billionaires are getting a different feed than we're watching here.
Seems a good buy.
One that's likely much more secure and much faster, where there's no chance of them missing a bid.
$4 million. I'm going to sell it on a telephone here with David Schrader at $4 million. Fair warning. And against you on this side at $4 million. David, it's yours. Thank you. It's panel number 28. And lot number 23 is the Willem de Kooning, the sumptuous and title number 15 from the final decade of the artist's production. Fabulous painting here.
These later de Koonings,
of course, Emily Fisher Landau.
I've appreciated.
This time from 1983.
I've never loved. When you think of a de Kooning,
and I'm going to start
these are nice.
At $5 million now. At $5 million, $5,200,000.
But if I was a de Kooning buyer, unless I wanted to collect his entire oeuvre and collect him in depth, I wouldn't be choosing one of these later pieces. This one's from 1983. It's about 80 by 70 inches.
$6 million now. Still your bidder at $6 million. Alex, you want to come in at $6,200,000. Thank you, Alex. At $6,200,000. And against you, Helena, at $6,200,000. Give me 5. At $6,200,000. Still with Alex. 6.2. $6,500,000, sir. 6.4. Take 4 from you, sir. At $6,400,000. Want to try 6, Alex? At $6,400,000. $6,600,000. $6,800,000 is bid.
Estimate 6 to 8 million.
$7 million now. Gentlemen on the telephone there, it's $7 million.
I was about to say they're losing steam, but clearly still.
This time it's $7 million. Give me 2.
At least a few people like these later works more than I do.
On this side, it's $7 million. Still with Alex Branchik. That's $7 million. Against you in the room, it's $7 million. Still with you, Alex, and against you, Helena, it's $7 million now. It's Alex Branchik's bid of 3 of you in it. At $7 million. Fair warning, sir, you out. At $7 million with Alex Branchik. Thank you, Alex. It's $7 million. It's here and selling on the telephones. Final warning, sir. $7,250,000. Thank you. Sorry, $7,050,000. I'll get there eventually. $7,050,000.
So now he's going in $50,000 increments on a $7 million painting. He's really milking this. I think probably recognizing that some of the earlier works didn't do as well as they expected. So he again is trying to get every penny out, no matter how long it takes for the bidder or for the consignor.
$7,150,000. Want to try 2? $7,200,000 now. No? And against you still, sir, further back at $7,200,000. There it is. We're throwing another 50. At $7,200,000. It's going to the telephone. It's
so sad to see him grovel for $50,000, isn't it?
Against you here. It's against you further back. It's against you, Helena.
You almost feel bad for him.
4 of you in it this time. At $7,200,000. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Panel number 46. At $7,200,000.
Okay. It looks like we have, what, 7 or 8 pieces left.
And lot number 24 is the Ellsworth Kelly. This time the black-white from 1970.
So we'll keep on keeping on.
$1,200,000, $1,400,000.
Ellsworth Kelly, another one of my favorite artists.
Thank you, Jackie. At $1,800,000. It's on this side and selling with Jackie Wachter, $1,800,000.
I hated him until I had my first job in the arts, and I was forced to stare at one for 3 months.
At $1,800,000.
I'll save that for a story in a future video.
$1,800,000. Thank you, Jackie. 1.8. Paddle number 56.
Again, pretty obvious they had one bidder on that one.
And
They knew there was no
25 is
further
next to Richard
interest.
Prince.
Richard Prince is
We have,
coming
of course,
up,
for
the
your
first of a
delectation,
couple.
My First Girl from Richard Prince's iconic joke series.
His market's been down
From
too, so
1989,
we'll see
and I'm
what
starting the
happens
bidding
on
here.
this one.
At 1,000,002, 1,004,000, 1,600,000 now.
75 by
1,600,000.
58
At
inches.
$1,600,000. 1,800,000. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Greg. At 1,800,000. On this side, at 1,800,000 is against you, David Garpin, at 1,800,000. At 1,800,000.
Estimate
Here,
2.5 to 3.5 million.
At 1,800,000. At $1,800,000. Thank you, sir. It's a 1,800,000. And
Again, they had
fair
one
warning,
bidder
at $1,800,000.
at the reserve.
Thank you, Greg. Paddle 53.
Not a great sign for the Richard Prince market.
And 26
I
is the
kind of
Rauschenberg
thought that market
Vitamin.
would be over for a while, but
The groundbreaking
there's
work,
still
of course, in
people
the
keeping
Combine
value there.
series, titled Vitamin and
The next
Aquatic, directed from the
Rauschenberg at
artist
60
by
by
Emily Fisher
54
Landau.
inches.
Of course, the artist featuring at least twice this evening, and the owner of the Twombly painting. At this time, I'm going to start the bidding here at 2,600,000, 2,700,000, 2,800,000 now, 2,800,000, 2,900,000.
If you were to
$3
take
million
away those
for the buy,
collage
$3 million.
elements in the upper left
Bami
and
Theatre
maybe the
Market, $3
center
million
right,
on this telephone, and
I would
selling
have
at $3
no
million.
idea this is a
At
Rauschenberg.
$3 million. Thank you, Bami. I'm selling it here at $3 million. Fair warning. It's your bid,
Estimate
sir,
4 to
for
6.
$3 million. Thank you. Pun number 38.
He appears now to just be managing the sale. They've got their one bidders for everything. They're hoping for a second bidder.
And the Franz Klein, the Untitled 1959. Coming around for you. Lot number 27, of course, is the.
So I
wonderful
wouldn't be
early painting.
surprised
There
if
it
the
is. Thank you
rest
so
of the
much,
lots
work
sell.
From 1959. And starting the bidding
But
here.
we might not
at,
see any more
at
fireworks.
$2,200,000. So 2,200,000, 2,400,000, 2,600,000 now, 2,600,000, 2,800,000. At 2,800,000, $3 million now with David Galperin at 3. It's your bid, David, at $3 million and selling.
That was definitely
$3
not
million.
my favorite Rauschenberg either.
$3 million. Thank you, David. It's with you, the Franz Klein, and selling. Last chance for $3 million. Thank you. Sold. Paddle number 10.
Again, we might be getting through the end of the sale really
And lot number
quick.
28. Next to the works by Georgia O'Keeffe, this time the Dry Waterfall.
Not
from
a great
1951.
O'Keeffe, in
The
my
Vision of America,
opinion.
the American West. Dry Waterfall, another
30
painting
by
quite
16
directly
inches.
by Emily Fisher Landau from the artist. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $800,000. At 800,000, 850,000, 900,000 now. At $900,000. At $900,000. At $900,000. Any more? $900,000. At $900,000. That's all right. Take your time. At $900,000. $950,000 is bid then. In the meantime, at $950,000. It's with Peter Cloven at $950,000. Your bid, Peter. At $950,000.
Again, with 3 lots left, they might have just found one bidder for the remaining lots.
$950,000. Thank you so much. At $950 on this side. When did we got the bidder? At $950,000. Still with Peter Cloven. Here he is at $950,000. And looking for $1 million here from you. At $950,000.
Estimate 1.2 to 1.8 million.
On this side. At
Struggling to reach $1 million hammer.
950. Is that ringing? At $950,000. Give me $1 million. At $950,000. How are we doing at $950,000? Anybody else want to come in at $950,000?
You know, sell the damn thing. It's
Nope,
not
just
even
a
that
hold.
great of a painting.
Peter, thank you very much indeed for your patience here. At $950,000. Anybody in the room at $950,000? What a bid, sir? At $950,000. At $950,000. We got the room. Got the telephone back on again. Here it is at $950,000. Thank you, Peter, at $950,000. Yes. $1 million. Thank you very much indeed. At $1 million. Here it is at $1 million.
It did
Give me
reach $1 million.
At $1 million. Thank you, Wendy. $1,100,000 is bid against you now. 1-1.
Okay, it's still going. Somebody wants an O'Keeffe.
At $1,100,000. Peter's bid at 1-2 is bid now. 1-2. 1-3.
After this, we have 3 lots left.
1-4.
The last lot is a portrait Warhol did
5.
of the consigner, Emily Fisher Landau. So that'll be coming up in just a couple of minutes. The Nashvillian thinks it may go for a good amount. I never know about these pieces.
Give me 6.
Like, I love the Warhol
6. Thank you
self-portraits.
so much. 1,000,006.
You know, give me a Warhol Brando or, you know, one of his iconic portraits.
1,700,000.
Fisher Landau was well known in art
Here he is. Thank
circles.
you, Peter.
But
1 million.
beyond that, it would be a very small group of collectors, I think, that will want this. Now, all it takes is 2 that really want it, and maybe it could go crazy. So, yes,
1,900,000.
it will be interesting to watch, and it may go for a good amount.
1,900,000.
There are always things in auctions where I think that something might not sell, and it goes for a gazillion times more than I could even imagine. And there are also works that I am certain will sell for a ton of money that go for a way, way less. So that's part of the reason I like auctions and like watching these things, is to see what happens. So I don't think the Landau portrait will go that high. The Nashvilleian does. Do we want to do an over-under? I think the estimate's 500 to 700,000 on that. What do you think it'll go for?
Last chance, and selling at $2 million.
Yeah, the estimate on the portrait of Emily Fisher Landau, the last lot of the evening,
and we have lot number 29, the Dubuffet,
coming up in 2 lots, is estimated at 500 to 700,000.
Gombat à la Rose from 1950, and I want to start.
So if you have any ideas, if anybody has any ideas where that'll land, let me know.
$2,600,000 now, 2,600,000, 2,700,000. With Julian Dawes here, 2,700,000, and selling at 2,700,000.
Dubuffet here is another artist I think is interesting, but certainly not one of my favorites.
2,700,000, selling the work. Here it is. Fair warning. At $2,700,000.
Michael says
Thank you,
the
Julian.
Warhol will go for 575. We're going to call that 575 Hammer, I assume. Nashvilleian, what do you think?
And number 30 is next, the Léger. L'Étoile Rouge.
I'm going to say 500,000.
Paintings from the artist's seminal Les Plongeurs series to have remained in private hands, of course, exhibited here at the Guggenheim Museum's fabulous picture, 1942. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $850,000, $850,000, $900,000, $950,000 now, $950,000.
This is the Léger, estimated at 1.5 to 2 million.
$1 million. At $1 million. 1,100,000. Thank you. Allegra's bidder at $1,100,000. Here it is at $1,100,000. So with you, Allegra, at $1,100,000. And against you, Ashcan, at $1,100,000. So Allegra's bidder at $1,100,000.
We have another vote for 450,000 on the Warhol.
Here it is at $1,100,000.
That's coming up next. The last lot of the sale.
Still on the telephone with Allegra. I'm going to sell the work at
$1,100,000. He says Léger. I say Léger.
And selling against you, Ashcan, at $1,100,000. Thank you, Allegra. Number 507.
And here it is. Let's see who wins.
And we move on, of course, to the very last lot. Here it is, Andy Warhol's portrait of Emily Fisher Landau.
Nashvilleian says it's going to go for $1 million.
As a beloved patron of the arts.
So we've got
of 2 different
450, 500, 575, and $1 million. Get your votes in now if you have any more ideas.
At $300,000, $300,000, $350,000, $400,000 now, $400,000, $450,000, at $450,000, $500,000. Thank you, Alex. It's your bid at $500,000. And selling at $500,000.
Yes, let me win.
With Alex Branchik, it's against the room. It's against the other side of the telephones. It's with Alex Branchik to end this historic sale at $500,000, 100% sold with Alex Branchik. Selling to you, sir. Last chance. The hammer is up and selling at $500,000. This concludes the evening sale at Sotheby's of Emily Fisher Landau's collection. Alex, yours. Thank you very much indeed. Paddle number 31. Thank you so much.
I kind of hate to be right in that situation. I don't know
Ladies
that
and gentlemen,
much.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening.
But it does feel good to win. So thank you all for watching. If you had fun, I always sit at home and watch these auctions on my own by myself, usually in my pajamas from the comfort of my own couch. But if you like this live stream, if you like to talk auctions, if you like to do this in real time, please let me know and we will do it again. There's more sales coming up next week at Sotheby's and Christie's and Phillips. This is the big auction season. November in New York is the biggest sales of the year anywhere in the world. So I'm happy to do it again. If people liked it, maybe we'll try it. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and thanks for tuning into my channel. I started this a few months ago, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to sign off for now. Have a safe and pleasant evening, and I hope to see you on my next video. Cheers.